The night is too quiet. Not peaceful. Not calm. Just wrong. You feel it before you understand it. A pressure in the air, like the ground is holding its breath. No wind, no insects. Even the men around you have stopped talking, as if sound itself might trigger something waiting in the dark. Your rifle feels heavier than it should. Your fingers won't stay still. Somewhere in the distance, a dog barks once, then nothing. You check your watch. Minutes crawl, stretch, break apart. This isn't your first night at the front, but it's the first time it feels like the war is watching you. No flares, no warning, just a sudden thought you can't shake. Why is it so quiet? And then, without explanation, the sky tears open. The first shells land behind you, not ahead. That's when the confusion starts. Orders come fast. Too fast. Hold position. No advance. No fall back and regroup. The radio cracks with voices stepping over each other, none of them certain. You look to your officer, but even he hesitates for a second too long. This isn't how it's supposed to work. You were trained for structure. Clear lines. Predictable movement, but the battlefield in front of you doesn't match the map in your pocket. Landmarks are gone. Smoke twists everything into something unfamiliar. Then someone shouts that friendly units are pulling out. Without warning, you scan the darkness again, realizing something cold and simple. No one really knows where the front line is anymore. And that's when the ground starts shifting under your boots. Mud grabs your boots before the enemy ever does. Each step sinks deeper than the last. Thick. Cold. It pulls at you like the ground wants you to stay. Rain starts without warning, turning everything into a shifting, sucking mess. Trenches collapse. Paths disappear. What was solid an hour ago is now swallowing men whole. You try to move with your unit, but shapes blur in the storm. Soldiers look like shadows. Someone runs past you, screaming orders you can't even hear over the pounding rain and distant gunfire. Then gunshots crack from somewhere you didn't expect. Too close. You drop instinctively, heart slamming, scanning for direction, but there is none. No clear enemy. No clear line. And for the first time, a thought cuts through the chaos. What if you're already surrounded? The radio dies in the middle of a sentence. No warning. Just a sharp crack, then silence. You tap it. Adjust the dial. Nothing. The voice that was guiding you? Gone. Around you, others are doing the same, shouting into dead receivers, waiting for answers that never come. Then the realization spreads, quiet but fast. No orders, no command, no way out. You try to orient yourself, but the landmarks are unrecognizable now. Smoke has erased distance. Sound echoes in the wrong directions. A flare goes up somewhere far off, but it doesn't belong to your side. That's when it hits you. You're not part of a line anymore. You're just here. And whatever is moving out there in the dark is getting closer. You stop thinking about the war. Now it's just you. Breathing. Listening. Waiting. The noise has changed. Less artillery. More movement. Subtle sounds. Boots in mud. Fabric brushing against debris. You freeze, barely daring to inhale. Someone is close. Not shouting, not charging, just there. A whisper cuts through the dark. Not your language. Your grip tightens, finger hovering, unsure. Fire too soon and you give away your position. Wait too long and you don't get a second chance. Then a shape moves. You fire. The body drops closer than you expected. Too close. You see the face for a second, and it's not who you thought. Behind you, someone starts screaming. And suddenly, you realize you're not alone anymore. Time stops behaving the way it should. Minutes stretch into something endless, or vanish completely. You can't tell anymore. Your watch says one thing, your body says another. You hear voices, not shouting, not commands, just quiet talking like men sitting around a fire. You turn toward it, but there's nothing there. Only smoke drifting through broken ground. Then you see movement again, familiar shapes, friendly uniforms. You almost call out, but something feels wrong. They don't move like soldiers, too slow, too calm. One of them turns, and the face isn't right, not wounded, not dead, just empty. You blink, and they're gone. Now every shadow looks alive. Every sound feels aimed at you, and you don't know if the enemy is still out there or already inside your head. The voice comes from somewhere behind the rubble, weak, strained, familiar. He's alive. You crawl toward it, every movement slow, careful. The ground shifts under your weight. Then you see him, pinned, crushed beneath timber and earth. Eyes wide, still conscious. He knows. One look, and you both understand the truth. You can't move him, not without tools, not without time you don't have. And the sounds are coming back, closer now. He grabs your sleeve, doesn't beg, doesn't panic, just holds on. If you stay, you both die. If you leave, he doesn't. Your hand tightens around your rifle. And for the first time, survival feels like something worse than death. Morning comes without asking. The light feels wrong, too clean, too quiet. You're still breathing. Somehow you made it through. The firing has stopped. The ground lies still again, as if nothing ever happened. Men begin to move, slow, hollow, counting who's left. You look down at your hands. They don't feel like yours anymore. The noise is gone, but something else isn't. It stays with you. The choices. The faces. The moment you crossed a line you can't even explain. They'll call this survival. But as you walk away from the battlefield, one thought follows you. What exactly did you leave behind to stay alive? If this story stayed with you, that's the point, because for thousands of soldiers, this wasn't a story. It was just one day. And some of them never really left it. If you want more untold realities from World War II, the moments history doesn't like to remember, subscribe now, because the next story might be even harder to forget.